Hey guys, welcome back to LA Bass Flicks. I'm Jamie Lewis, and today we're at my home studio. We're at Second Story Studios, and I'm actually working on a record right now that I'm producing, editing up some tracks, and I'm just now getting to treating the bass, and I'm going to use this guy. This is the FEA Labs dual engine compressor limiter pedal. I've been using this guy for a couple of months now since the Ben Clarsic tour I was on this previous summer. This was like my go-to compressor pedal, and to be honest, at the moment that I'm shooting this video, I don't know if this pedal's on the market yet, but if it's not, it will be very shortly. Take a look at it. It's pretty simple. If you've seen my video on the dual band compressor, it's another pedal that these guys make. This is much less sophisticated than that one. That pedal has like 15 knobs on it. Not really, but really. And a lot of different ways to tweak and control the amount of compression you're doing. This guy's pretty simple. So if you're new to compression, I highly recommend this pedal because, I mean, you can see right here, it's got threshold, ratio, attack, and makeup gain, right? And then on the limiter side, we've got threshold and attack and gain. And then it's got this really cool warmth knob, which is kind of like a tube amp distortion, not like overdrive distortion, but just kind of, distorts those upper harmonics or whatever. I'm not a technical guy, but either way. So if you're new to compression or you want to get into it, this is an awesome pedal to check out because it's not like, I'm not a big fan of those one knob compressors. You know, it's like, ooh, compression. In my opinion, that's never going to be accurate. This gives you enough options, but not too many. It's really hard to go wrong with this pedal. It's practically idiot-proof. So if you're looking to get into compression, I highly recommend this guy. So what we're going to do right now, if you've seen my video on the dual band compressor, we're not going to get as into the nitty-gritty about what compression does and how to use it, defining all those terms and stuff. If you want to learn all that stuff, go ahead and watch that video. What I'm going to do with this guy is I'm just going to patch it into the Pro Tools session, and we're going to isolate the bass track and just listen to it. I'll go ahead, I'll show you some settings and some things that I've thought are really cool. And we'll just get some really, real world application in here. So here, come on over here and check this out. Okay, so here we go. Basically, we got the pedal all patched in. It's going from Pro Tools. This is a bass line that's already been recorded, and it's coming out and going right back into the computer. And so that's the signal that you're hearing at the moment. This is a cool little slap groove from a commercial that we're working on, I think. Right now the pedal is not engaged. This is just the dry sound of the bass. It's a passive 4-string jazz made by M-Basses. It's got Aguilar pickups in it, and no EQ, no compression, no nothing. We just plug straight into the board, and that's the sound that you're hearing at the moment. So, let's go ahead. Let's hear what this compressor is doing. I've done a little bit of settings already. The threshold's at about 12 o'clock. The ratio looks like it's probably about a 3-to-1. But that's like maybe 10 o'clock. The attack is pretty slow, but it's not like all the way down. Again, maybe about 9-10 o'clock. And then gain, I'm just doing enough makeup gain to offset the compression we're doing. The warmth is all the way down because I don't want any of that harmonic distortion on this. I've also got the limiter engaged a little bit. I'll explain that in a second. So let's go ahead and hear this. So you can hear what I feel it's doing is it's taking the bass line and it brings it right up here into your face. Right? Check this out. I'll disengage it again. See how the bass line just sort of stood way in the background, and then when I kick it up, it just brings it up to the forefront. The low end's a little thicker, and those snaps and pops, they just really they click. They're just like right there in your face. Now, the limiter is what I hear it doing is really not so much on the thumb, but on the plucking with my right hand. So check this out. If I disengage the limiter for a second, it doesn't sound too different, but listen on these notes. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Okay, listen to those notes right here. Okay, no limiter. Right? Those notes jump out at you about that much. It's very slight, but those notes are just a little bit louder than the rest of them. And so the limiter kind of kicks in and brings the overall volume down, so those peaks are a little tame. So this is a really cool tool to tame your slapping technique, or if you're working with a bass player who has a sloppy right hand and you're having a hard time controlling those peaks, this is going to protect your ears, it's going to protect your speakers, and it's going to make your band sound a lot better too. So that's how I'm using it with a slap groove. So here's another tune that we did. I think it's another commercial spot, kind of more aggressive and driving, like a like a Coldplay or Killers kind of straight eighth note bass line. And same bass, 4-string jazz from M basses, using the front pickup only, and also using a pick. So if you take a listen to it, you can hear that there's some accents, bum 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 bum, right? And you can use compression to tame those. Now I'm doing those on purpose to drive the line, but sometimes you'll listen back to a bass line and it's like, oh man, his dynamics are all over the place, or I really don't like the way things are being accented. You can take, obviously this is what compression does, it takes your highs and your lows and kind of brings them into the middle. So again, this is going to kind of take your bass line and bring it to the forefront and really kind of make it a little fuller, I guess. So check this out. Right now, no compression, and watch what happens when I kick this guy on. Right? It's really subtle. It's very subtle, but it's doing a lot. Check it out. You hear what's happening to that bottom end? Oh man, I love it. Now this is where we can kind of get interesting with this warmth knob. Watch me, I'm going to go all the way up with it. Get that nasty saturation. Kind of sounds like I'm using a microphone. And I'm miking up a cabinet. No warmth. Woo! Totally different tone. So right about there it gives this one a little bit of an edge to it. And here we go, no compressor. Let's bring it back in. Yeah, it's nice and fat now. All right, so here's another one. This is kind of a like a reggae-esque bass line. Think Jack Johnson or Sublime type bass tone. Really rolled off on the tone knob. It's a 4-string precision bass with flat wound strings. Just super old school sounding. What I want to do is I just want to squeeze this one to death. I want it to sound just really, really sucked in. I want all the notes consistent, and I want this tone in your face. So check out what I did here. The threshold, the ratio is a lot higher than normal. The attack, it's kind of going to catch it right away. And the same thing with the limiter. Limiter threshold's way up. Okay, and I'm also dialing in a little bit of warmth. So here we go. Here's dry bass, and right now I'm going to click in the compressor pedal right now. So you can hear it's just super sucked in. All those notes, the octaves, every note when you go from one to the next is the same volume. Now, this probably sounds a little over-compressed. In the mix, it might not, I don't know, but this is kind of my attack when I'm trying to get this type of tone, is just to superly over-compress it. So there you have it. FEA Labs dual engine compressor and limiter pedal. Super easy to use. It's affordable. This thing's built like a tank too. No joke, this has been halfway around the world with me, and it's still in one piece. That's a good sign. So it's roadworthy. Toss in your gig bag, use it in the studio. And also, it's multi-purpose as well. I mean, this is great on guitars. I've used it on guitar. I've used it on bass, obviously. Keyboards, you name it. It's very functional compressor. So if you like it, go check out fealabs.com. There's a link for it right at the bottom of this video. And they make a lot of other great stuff too, so make sure you go check them out. And if you like this video, please share it on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is that you're doing these days. And feel free to sign up for my mailing list. You'll get more videos just like this one. And also, there's a lot more just like this at labasslicks.com. So, till next time, we'll see you.